Alright, so injectors are back in and together and everything's torqued and tightened and assembled. I think lowest compression we had was what, 300?
Yep.
So it will need rebuild soon, but as far as going forward with putting more parts into valve seals, it's worth for now. Lowest was 300, highest was 360.
Yep.
So we're all within 100 psi, which is good as well, so that they're not too unbalanced. So we're gonna go ahead and try and dig into the first, I say first, but number 6 cylinder valve seals. We'll do at least 5 and 6 today before we try and put the cab back on, so that we can access them more easily. And if they go quickly, we might just buzz through and do the rest of them. So right now I'm pulling a plug on the passenger side of the bell housing here that will allow us to install the barring tool that I bought, which will allow us to turn the engine in a controlled manner, because we have to line up the cylinders in the right position, depending on which one we're doing, to be able to take the valve springs and retainers off. So that's the plug from the barring hole in the bell housing. So it's just, I think it's plastic with an O-ring on it. I just use a screwdriver to pry it out. So here is our barring tool. It's got a 1/2 inch drive in the end. I think that's some kind of a rubbery plastic bushing where it goes through the bell housing, and then it's got basically a sprocket on the end which matches the tooth pitch of the ring gear. So we're going to try and put this in here and see how that goes. It's a little bit sloppy for the ring gear pitch, but I think it should work. So I guess let's crack open cylinder or valve cover number 6 here. By crack open valve cover number 6, I mean blow all the crap out of the engine first. So that's what,
15.
Yep.
I'm getting good at this after 4 years.
I would hope so by now. Where is the adapter expression here?
I had no problems coming off. Now I'm assuming that isn't the right bolt for that.
No, it is. Because these are supposed to have a cover across the valve cover.
Oh, okay.
I just don't have one for this one. I'm not sure if the parts engine has one or not, but it'd be nice to have it for it. It says,
Cummins.
I believe it says Cummins turbo diesel. It might even say 12 valve on it.
So there's the inside.
Looks like these might have been replaced already, which means I might not bother putting new ones on.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the valve cover. Because these are blue, that tells me they've already been replaced. The original ones are black. So somebody's been into this at some point. And they're all still very pliable. So I'm like, there's no oil leaking on the engine really. So we'll probably just give it a wipe, and I'll save the ones that I bought for one of the other ones when we rebuild it.
So that tells us that it isn't the valve seals that are the problem.
Well, we're gonna see here. Yeah, I think it is the valve seals that are the problem.
Oh.
Because I'm pretty sure what I'm looking at is up there at the top of the valve spring is the valve seal. And the valve seal is supposed to be fastened to the head. So that will just let gallons of oil go down the valve stem into the cylinder and go exactly out the exhaust like we're seeing. So if that's actually the case, then that's our problem. Not to say the oil rings aren't still tired, but... Okay, so to make this short and sweet, what we have to do is find top dead center on this cylinder, and the only way we can do that is by watching the valves. So I've got the barring tool in the bell housing there. I'm going to grab my ratchet here. I have no idea how I'm going to physically do this because there's not much space to...
So I'm looking for when they're both the same height.
So what we have to do, and it's going to be challenging with compression, is we have to go around until... I'm trying to figure out which one is which here. So this is the intake valve.
Yeah.
If intake is going down, it means the piston is going down. So if we back up, yeah, so that is right, because the piston would have come up pushing the exhaust gas out and the exhaust valve closed, and then the intake starts to open. So if that is doing what I'm thinking it's doing and it's going down, then we'll just go back until it's at the top. And if we continue to go back, the exhaust should start to open. And if that's the case, then we'll come back a little bit to the middle, and that's where we'll try to do this cylinder. I have no idea how I'm going to physically do that because the exhaust is right in the way here. I need to go... That's going to be so slow, it's unreal. Let's try with an extension maybe. Intake valve is coming up, which means we're on the end of the... This is almost at the bottom.
Okay.
So we should probably go the other way. Okay, so theory check, I've got that right then, don't I? If the intake, I just backed it up, so the intake closed and the exhaust started to open, we're at the start of the intake stroke, which means the piston's at the top. Came up with the exhaust valve open, the exhaust valve closed, and then starts to go down with the intake valve opening.
You're at the beginning of stroke 1.
So that's what I want, either that or stroke 3.
Yeah, but at stroke 3...
One of the valves is going to be open, yeah.
Because in strokes 2 and 3, both valves are closed.
Yeah. So this is the place that we want. I'm just going to go back forward a little bit now.
TDC on compression.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or on
TDC on intake.
Intake, yes. Okay, so we're going to go back till the exhaust starts or stops moving, basically.
Well, you want halfway in between unless they're both moving at the same time.
Yeah, the problem is, how do you know?
A number of turns is what it can be.
Intake's going down. Go back a bit. Intake's coming up. So then try and count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the exhaust is already going down. So I'll just come back. 3.
These things do the same thing the Volkswagens do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's because the cowl drains into there, and so any crap that goes into the cowl, mainly from people parking under trees.
Alright, we'll call that good. So I think we're just going to carry on with that for now. I guess it's 18. So then, this tool is supposed to fit down in between the two springs here, just like that. Goes in there. this little guy. Goes down in here. And then the Allen key came with it for that. And we got 3 washers here. I don't know why 3. This guy goes on there. Not quite centered, but that's alright. Maybe it's 2 backwards. About the same. I don't know why there's 2 washers, but we'll try.
Was there supposed to be one under the gold piece where the bolt goes through?
Oh yeah, it's not.
Like this is
It's not flat. Look at it from the side.
Yeah, I was thinking the lump they got on this end, is it supposed to sit in the hole or just against the hole? Or
Is there? Oh, I guess there is a hole over there, isn't there?
yeah. Like it seems funny they gave you this pad on this side. Does it fit in the hole? Doesn't it?
It's like it's supposed to, but it doesn't. But if the washer, the black washer goes.
Did they even
on
give
the
you a
other
little
side.
instruction booklet with the
No, not with the tool. No. It's a cheap Amazon.
picture? Would be good, right?
Yeah. Trying to remember when I watched the video, I believe they had to put a little washer underneath it too. It was basically the same, exactly the same tool that I was watching the guys use. There's lots of different of the same one on Amazon, but that makes more sense now. You have 1 washer there. And that's a little more centered. So
You get your little magnet.
No, I don't.
I even fish the keepers out.
I don't. Screwdriver, I guess, with a magnetic tip, probably.
Need all those too.
14, I guess. Maybe it's Imperial, maybe it's Chinesium. Yeah.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's what?
Maybelline.
Yeah. So now, if everything works the way it's supposed to, yeah. Works like a dream. Can almost grab them with needle nose, that's how high they are.
Black, dirty exhaust.
Okay.
Don't mix them up. Don't cross them. Keep them paired.
So, should be as easy as one.
Don't drop them in the engine.
Yeah, it's very hard to do that. The only way it would fit down is by the...
Even
The guide.
outside of there, but on the engine, you'll spend an hour finding it.
Oh yeah, we probably won't find it.
And then it's on grass.
Yeah, that's
Then
also,
you can
You're supposed to
forget it.
lay a board.
also
down
why
there.
we don't work on grass, yeah. Ta-da. Take this off now and see what we've got.
Not that different to when we did the tractor engine when we took it apart.
No, just you don't have to use the C. You can't use the C because the head's on. But yeah, if we had, I mean, obviously we were doing more than that, but if we had something like this for the tractor, then we wouldn't have had to take the head off. But because we were doing,
Yeah, you can't do the guides with it in it though.
no, we were doing the guides and the, guides and the rings and stuff anyways, we had to have it off anyway. So there it comes off. I should have had something too. Exhaust. Probably not going to stay there. Alright. So yeah, that exhaust seal is not where it's supposed to be. pretty good.
Oh, it's bouncing against the piston head. Yeah.
I don't know if we're missing a chunk of it though. Because when I watched the one video, the guy, he took them off and they had like a metal hat bottom.
That's got a rib that's supposed to pop over the guide.
Okay. Yeah, look, here's a chunk of it.
Yeah. BTR and an EX.
I don't know how we're going to get the other one off. Maybe I can use a screwdriver.
A little beefer screwdriver. A 90.
That's all it takes.
What year is the engine?
95.
I don't think it's that much. It has a couple logos, but I'm not sure what they are. One might be
I don't think they're...
One might be a V and an L in a circle.
Is that one orange on the inside?
No. Oh, but it's probably supposed to be.
Well,
it's because this one's been up and exposed to... Oh, the reason this comes off, look.
Yeah.
It's actually got a metal snapper on the outside.
I thought so.
So the rubber's...
So let me pull out one of the
rubber's giving up.
new ones here because, I mean, maybe these are original then, because I think the ones that the guy in the video pulled off had the metal flange on the bottom, which is what these new ones are supposed to have, I think. But I honestly looked because I was going to just buy Cummins seals.
Yeah.
And everyone says the Cummins seals don't fit without having to machine the guide.
Because it's a Cummins, but it's made for Chrysler.
Well, just presumably when you're putting new... see these things?
Oh, wow. Huh. That'll definitely keep the oil out. Actually, you know what else that's doing? That's the spring seat. So you're tightening
so it has to be held down too.
But you're tightening your springs.
Yeah.
They can't go up now then, and you're also tightening your springs, which is not a bad thing with the mileage on it.
So these are from ProSource Diesel.
A little further.
In California.
Yeah.
And they are the most highly recommended ones from forums and stuff. People say they go on exactly how they're supposed to. Whereas the Cummins ones, if that's what those are, they never fit. Whether it's that metal band or what, they never fit on without having to do some kind of machining. So supposedly these ones are supposed to be good to go as is. I don't know if we should try and do any wiping in there or if we should just stick it on. Because like we said, it's going to be held down by the...
I just make sure there's no crud, make sure the seat is clean. It looks like a piece on this side. Isn't there a piece of crap right there? Get your little screwdriver in that piece of rubber or something sitting there.
If it's... I mean, there's sludge in there. But
yeah, so I would just clean it out so you know that your guide is going to... Your seal is going to sit down.
Yeah, there was nothing in this groove originally, so I'll try and do this.
They're the same design. It's got a ring around the outside on the intake one too, but the rubber is all red, so I'm thinking that's how you don't mix up intake from exhaust.
Could be, yeah.
The identification on it is different.
For the new to the old engine?
No,
Or the
intake to exhaust. But they do both have that one symbol that's the same. Oh. The exhaust one has EX on it.
There you go.
Exhaust.
That makes it easy.
The intake one does not have IN on it though. It's got EWR and BAF and a 79. I don't know what all that means. But I like that idea of you having an extra shim under the spring.
Oh, come on. It's horrible to try and do.
Watching somebody do surgery, but any sterile equipment and the operating room.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I could do too? It's just this. It doesn't take away all the oil from, but it makes sure there's no sludge in it at least. It's got no oil on it, so we'll be careful with that one. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I need a new towel now. Alrighty. That's crazy how close we got that. But it works like a freaking dream.
Well, even just if we had that tool when we took the tractor apart, it would have been nice.
Yeah. But I mean, once you've got the head on a bench, it's pretty easy to just use the C tool.
That's true.
Okay, so we want the no emblem or no logo one on the exhaust. Maybe. Will it even fit? There we go. And the logo one on the intake until we run out. Come on. Come on. And then the guy that I watched at least had a socket that he used. A little too big. Maybe it's the one that I had out. Or even one smaller. Just to make sure that oh, that one doesn't fit. Okay, so we gotta use this one, I guess. Just to make sure that the seal is actually down all the way. Although it's gonna be pushed down by the spring anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
These new ones are a lot beefier than the old ones too. With all the, well, the metal plating and everything on it.
Yes. Yeah, I think they call them the top hat ones.
Probably gonna stand up a lot better to abuse anyway.
Yeah, I would think so. This guy. Okey-dokey. Snug this back down again so we can put the keepers back in.
Now, if you're looking for a more in-depth tutorial on building a valve train, we're currently in the process of rebuilding a tractor engine, and we've gone into a lot more detail. We're working on that on all of this.
Yeah, the process is pretty much the same for all valve trains, with the exception of any ones that might actually have some special type components, or like the tractor has like valve rotators and things, but
And I'm sure this isn't the only engine rebuild we'll ever do.
no, I wouldn't think so. Press it a little bit more. Just a little bit. Make it go down in there. That. And the exhaust ones. Nope. Happy. Back this guy off. Making sure that as you do so, the keepers are actually in their home, where you're going to have lots of fun. What I'm going to do, before we fully take the tension off here, is this. To seat them, make sure they're going to stay there before we take the keeper off. And once you're done, you can do this as well. Not sure why one makes a very tinny sound and the other one doesn't, but anyways. Then we can take our tool off the middle here and throw the rocker arm assembly back on, and this cylinder is Dunzo, Washington. The washer is stuck to it. If it would stay there, that would be great. Okay, this monstrosity back in here, making extra careful to get the rocker arms back actually in the push rods. The ball has to go into the socket. really need more shop towels. What size did it have? 18 for the oh yeah, there's the oily one for this guy. And maybe we'll put the alignment one in first, that I believe is, did I do with the wrench? 13. So I guess we have to come up with a torque for these alignment bolts as well. So I'll do this one first, I think. It's only about 20, I figure, on that one. If those ones are a stretch bolt as well, maybe let's maybe go to thick and see what that feels like.
It starts turning left. Last thing you want is righty loosey.
Yeah, I think that's too much, so I think we're going to stick to, I'll try 25 here and see what that feels like. But I think we're going to stick to 20. It's basically all the, yeah, I can't even get 25 out of it, so
20 it is.
stick to 20. That's all it needs. And then the actual head bolt, we're going to do 100 we figured out, or do you want to do, yeah, 110, I guess 100 is what it basically clicked at. I think we'll maybe do it in 2 steps in this case. We'll do 60. And then we'll do 110. There's 60. Hopefully it's actually going to get tight. Be good. Might not work. Wow. Okay, there's 100. Try 100.
Just leave it at 100.
I'm thinking maybe, yeah. There's 105. There's 110. Okay. So we'll see if we can do the rest of them like that. We'll do that. Otherwise, 100 is enough, I'm sure. Okay. So, do a quick wipe of the valve cover sealing surface, which I cannot really get to very easily. Oh, and I guess we need a torque for the, do you want to see if you can look up valve cover bolt torque?
My phone's like filming.
Oh, yes. My phone behind you there doesn't have service here. A lot of crap in there. As I put more crap in it.
You get one of those Ubiquitous antennas.
What's that?
You get one of those Ubiquitous antennas.
Oh.
And you'll have good Wi-Fi anywhere on the property.
Alright, that's...
I'm not kidding, they have ranges of like 1 kilometer or more.
Alright. It's pretty decent, I think. It's awfully hard to get in there when there's dirt all the way around it too. So we'll just do a quick Wipe on the valve cover gasket here, which looks pretty good. As I put more dirt on it. Stay on there. At least just changing a valve cover gasket later, for example, if we needed to, is pretty easy. Okay, bolt. Oh, and actually we'll do the same thing. Same tried and true method, apparently. I'll just check the torque on number 3, which I have not yet loosened yet. I don't imagine it's even 20 foot-pounds. Why is that not the right size? Grr. Okay, so 30 is the answer.
No, Miata is the answer.
Yada. These all have a shoulder, so eventually it's a matter of, as I say that. Okay, number 6 is done. Dunzell, Washington. Alright, so we just finished up the last of the 6 cylinders. All cylinders have new intake and exhaust valve seals. We did compression test, as we mentioned earlier, and it's okay for now. It'll work. We did find that 3 of the 6 exhaust seals for sure were split. And the one on the very back, number 6 cylinder, was actually up at the top of the spring instead of down on the valve guide where it's supposed to be. So these ones we put in are much better in many ways. Obviously new rubber, and they've got the metal dish that goes under the spring to actually hold them down. So I'm hoping that that'll be the most of our oil burning problem. It's probably going to take a bit of running to burn it off the manifold and the exhaust and everything. But after that, hopefully it won't be super smoky anymore. So running out of dilate quickly here. We're going to do a quick cleanup here, and then we're going to try and pressure wash the part of the frame that's exposed where the cab will go. And then we'll quickly get the cab prepped and hopefully at least set it on here tonight so we can get stuff closed up. There's supposed to be more storm coming tomorrow. So yeah, we're going to buzz through that and see how far we can get.